っしゃ愛で空が落ちてくる You わっしゃ俺の胸に落ちてくる熱い心鎖で繋いでも今は無駄だよ邪魔するやつは指先一つでダウンさ You わっしゃ愛で鼓動速くなる You わっしゃ俺の鼓動速くなるお前もとめさまよう心にな熱く燃えてる全て溶かす無残に飛び散るはずさ俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せ You わっしゃ愛で闇を切り裂いて You わっしゃ俺の闇を切り裂いて誰も二人の安らぎ壊すことできはしないさ引きつけ合う絆は離れない二度と俺との愛を守るためお前は旅立ち明日を見失った微笑み忘れた顔など見たくはないさ愛を取り戻せ
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on Metal Saviors again. Yes, this giant mech game I'm writing for fun. Now, why am I not working on Midnight Anima, you may be asking? Well, there's one very distinct reason. I don't want to. No. Midnight Anima is going to be a bigger project, so I don't want to start it on a Friday. I didn't quite think about it that much when I put it on the list. I don't want to start it on Friday because what happens on, especially on a Curious Case weekend, mostly a Curious Case weekend that I have been behind on, I got like 2 games I got to go over today, I'm gonna blow my fucking head off on, tomorrow, having to do all that, so I'm gonna be kind of tired then. On Sunday, I got a bunch of stuff to do, and then on Monday, it's like, okay, where was I on this? So I want to kind of start fresh on Monday and just power through. That's the plan anyway. Will it work? Who knows? That's half the fun. I also realized I don't have my face up. I knew I was forgetting something, because I'm a silly boy. Now, give me 1 second. Hello. I'm alive. I'm here. I swear. It's one of those. It's been a weird day today. Okay, it's been a weird, funky day that it's kind of hard to kind of put into words. But there was a police helicopter earlier today. There was like 40 fucking cop cars. People were apparently getting shot, but not getting shot. It was a mess. It was just a messy day today. And so I'm a little bit frazzled. So yeah, we're gonna be working on Metal Saviors today. Roughly speaking, though, if we kind of go over here, I did a little bit of work. I kind of fixed up how everyone looks roughly. It's not great, but it'll work for now. And then we have combat operations with the D2000 system. Did a little bit of differences. One of the major differences is that technically you have to have your cav modifier. Your cav reaction modifier instead of this your flat speed modifier for cav combat. Why is this the case? Because I wanted to make it so that someone who's really fast isn't great. That's Atlanta. Like, it was weird around here because it was like, oh, multiple gunmen, people are getting shot, it's a disaster, and it was in a nice building. That's why everyone was concerned. Like, every week, there's like a dead person in the park next door. But we don't talk about that because we can't say anything. So, let's see. Initiative, natural survival rating. I did give it a little bit. I do have natural survival. I should say natural and mechanized survival rating. These are effectively the same thing, but it's to kind of help differentiate, like, hey, you're someone trying to shoot something, you're going to be rolling against an MSR or an NSR who might be a little bit different. Your NSR might not be very high, but that's like for living entities. MSR is for vehicles. Little bit different, just a smidge. It's to help make things a little bit easier. And then we have actions, in combat. Like most D2000 systems, the entire idea is that you're going to have a set of actions that you are able to perform at any time during the day. At any time during your... I'm getting a bunch of... Let's go away. You're going to be able to perform any actions as long as you have actions during your turn. If you want to do something else outside of that, well, hopefully you got enough actions. Most people are going to have about 4 actions. That's what I kind of estimated it to be at. We scroll all the way past all our basic mechs. Where is it? Scroll past this. We're almost there. There we go. Combat training. Most people are going to have military combat training, which means you're going to have 3 actions. Which commandos are very highly trained. They have 5 actions. You don't get commando training. That's the secret. You aren't really going to get commando training unless you are really, really good at your job. Which most of the time you're not going to be. You're a grunt. So, yeah, we're here for actions in combat. I did add this little note. Any excess actions at the end of the round maybe convert into actions. They may if pilot have any actions, they may convert them. I should say convert them into movement momentum or increase the initiative by that amount. If you have a free action at the end of the round and you haven't used it, either defensively or offensively, you can increase your initiative by 1 point. Or you can move an extra tile at the start of your turn, even if you don't choose to move. Simple. So I was playing EDF World Brothers, and they have voxel cleavage and voxel Neko lolly maid girls. Yeah, it's EDF, man. What do you expect? And that's just called Tuesday. Okay, let's see. We want to do... Actions in combat obviously need to be converted into this. And can I fit everything into one thing? Of course I can't. So all characters can use as many or as few actions as they wish during their turn. Let's see, I'm actually using actions during the turn. Any saved action or reactions. Actions during the character's turn referred to as combat actions can be augmented by spending additional actions on them. Combat actions. Makes a dedicated strike to attempt to strike an opponent using a weapon in their possession. The character rolls 1d20 plus modifiers versus the target's NSR. NSR/MSR. If successfully attacked next, dealing damage equal to the weapon. Character is willingly lowered to the initiative point between 0 and the current 0 and current amount 0. Actively. What we need to do is we need to change maneuver. We need to change to new. We need to do maneuver a character. Let's see. Attempts to change their position, moving up to their current speed value, their current combat speed in tiles. And we'll do rev/break. Let's do cav unit. I'm going to put specifically cav right here, which is a character attempts, a character increases or decreases the current combat speed. Increases or decreases the current combat speed of their cav unit. Let's see. Sorry. If I'm not speaking too much, there are some the maintenance guys are deciding to vacuum right now. EDF is supposed to be about manly men fighting giant bugs, not Roblox porn. Hey man, I've learned anything in time is that Roblox porn apparently sells. So that's what you're gonna do. You have to appeal to the lowest common denominator. We want to do that. The character increases or decreases the combat speed of their cav unit. Basic attack, delay, maneuver, other. They are right outside my door. I don't know if you can all hear them, but they are right outside my door. This is lovely. Okay, so we're going to give refocus to the pilot, and we're going to need to do... Actually, no. We don't need refocus there. I think it's appropriate enough. Adds their will to their initiative. That's not right. And they add plus 1d6. Tool character using ability tool in their possession or the battlefield. And what we need to do is sensor check. Okay, we need to do sensor check. Cav unit. The character makes a sensor equipment check. Makes a sensor equipment check. Actually, no. Tooler system. We need to understand that you're going to be able to trigger any... Actually, no. Cav system, cav unit only, the character. Okay, and then we need to do emergency repairs. Let's see, the character makes a... It would be cab maintenance, right? General mechanics, advanced cab mechanics, yep. Makes a hard general mechanics a hard. It makes a let's see, negative 20% general mechanics check, or a cav mechanics check to perform emergency repairs. Emergency repairs inside of the cav unit, restoring 1d6 durability to the chest, to the torso or head. Okay, good. That's good. I don't like it when people... It must just because it's like right outside the distance. So the idea behind emergency repairs is quite literally, you've been hit, something is wrong, you know, like your sensors are out or something. This is you taking your hands out the controls, grabbing the emergency pretty much toolbox by your side, and then crawling up to where you need to fix and, you know, start reconnecting wires, and you're trying to get things up to like a we can continue functioning tier. Like, that's literally what it's all about. Because the thing is, you can't repair your arms and you can't repair your legs, but you can kind of repair your immediate area, and you can grab up and look up and try to fix your head. Not externally, this is all internal. That's kind of the idea. Let's see, we want to do, is there anything else immediately right in front of me that I'm missing? I know there is, which is going to bother me. Let's see, so... What do we need? If we need to reload, we're going to be able to use the other action. Actually, I should put that in as a... the character... Effort to reload all arms. Reload the equipped weapon. And any automatic reload weapons. So it's kind of the idea is like you're in the cockpit. You're like, I'm gonna reload my rifle. You click it up and you pop the clip out. You put the new clip in, and anything that is automatic reload is going to start reloading itself. That is things like, hey, my missile rack's on my, on my shoulder, for example. It has auto missiles. If I have extra missiles in my back, it's going to start reloading them automatically. So reload's kind of like general, everything can reload all at once, rather than a reload every single weapon individually. And that's not what I want. Attack, cab system, delay, emergency repairs. Okay, so this should be fine. See, the thing is, I need to bully my friends into doing things. Do we want to do advanced attacks? Yes. Let's put advanced attacks in here, right here. You're all Nutino, luckily, because Nutino's a fun font. And that reminds me, we're using Droid Serif. We need to do that. We need to select Droid Serif. Not Droid Sans. Droid Serif. Update heading for the match. If character has... So we don't need to worry about this. Let's see. A character. Do I want to add weapon proficiency? You know what? I'm going to add weapon proficiency in. I'm going to add that back in. I'm going to add weapon proficiency back in as an option for pilots. However, the idea is these are not for cav units. These are for you, the person, and your particular These are for you and you alone. So let's do... Let's curate this a little bit. Ancient range weapons. Yeah, that works. Bladed melee weapons, blunt melee weapons, improvised weaponry. Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. Actually, you know what we can do? Skill with swords, maces, and other melee weapons. Skill in unarmed combat. Let's see. Handguns. Traditional. Skill with, let's do this. Skill with revolvers, semi-automatics, handguns, or laser pistols. Or laser pistols. Heavy military weapons. Not, actually, yeah, skill with anti-material rifles. Emplacements and artillery. Actually, anti-material rifles and emplacements. Actually, anti-material rifle and rocket launchers. I guess that would be like the appropriate name for anything. That's not really the best name for it, but I can make it work. Oh goodness. Okay, skill with rifles, shotguns. What would be some other traditional long arms? So, like, let's just do long arms. What pops up for this? Long guns. What do you tell me? What do you call barrel smart arms? So shotguns, PDW, submachine guns, assault rifles, DMR, designated marksman rifles. Skilled rifles. Marksman rifles, assault rifles, and shotguns. Shotguns, etc. We're skilled. Actually, no, we cut that. We do marksman rifles, shotguns, etc. Submachine guns, skill with personal defense weapons. Automatic handguns. Actually, not automatic handguns. What would you classify a submachine gun as? With personal defense weapons, what would you classify? What do you classify an Uzi as? That's not an Uzo. Very different. Uzi. What do you classify this as? A machine pistol. Machine pistols. And what would be another classic? I can see it in my head. The UMP-45. Yeah, the personal, yeah, it would be machine pistols and semi-automatic pistols, PDWs, yeah. Machine pistols, etc. There we go. You can choose to pick those up, and most everybody, but you don't need them. That's the big thing. If a character, they are able to augment their attack from the following, as long as character enough actions, they are able to perform as many as they wish, only apply to a single attack. While in a cav unit, a pilot does not. A pilot can always perform these augments. Augments on their attacks, regardless of weapon proficiency. I can actually fucking spell. The actual honest-to-God definition, according to Wikipedia, is a magazine-filled automatic carbine designed to fire handgun cartridges. And in technical terms, it would be it's the midpoint between a handgun and a traditional rifle. It is the midpoint because they are pretty much designed for two-handed use, but they fire pistol ammunition effect, handgun ammunition. That is the, kind of the basics of it. It's it's one of those really messy terms that people sometimes get a little bit wonky. And mind you, those eventually would evolve into things like the PDW and the FN and the P90. Like, this is the P90, like probably one of the most famous, PDWs actually out there, which is an advancement of, if I remember correctly, it is an advancement of traditional submachine gun philosophy. It fires smaller ammunition, smaller ammunition is kind of hard to say, but it's usually designed for better things. It's an interesting thing. Firearms are fascinating. Firearms are really fascinating by kind of just the development of them and kind of looking at like how they work. It's really interesting. It's very fascinating, some of the details of it. Like, technically, like, an assault rifle doesn't exist. Assault rifles are not real. They are it's like a battle rifles are like, you have things like this, like technically it's a very broad class for things that could cover a lot of different things. Usually the term used is things like battle rifles. And then we have what we have now, like bullpups and 74s, and then we have one of these fucking things. It's a mess. Guns are weird. Guns are fascinating. How do you define a pistol or a rifle cartridge, and are you using that small size in a mech game? No, I'm not really focusing on it. The thing is, that will come up if you are, like, I was thinking about this actually the other day. If you are out of your mech and you draw your handgun, you know how to shoot the handgun. This is not a complicated thing. Like, yeah, I have a fucking service pistol. It's a handgun. It's not very big. I can reload it, and I'm going to aim and going to be fired. And you'll be able to fire it. Assault, not assault rifle, assault gun. Very different. Assault rifle is a stupid term. It's a dumb. Now, and it's one of those things, like if a pilot has a handgun on them, and if they have a handgun weapon proficiency, they're going to be able to do things like be able to like aim down sights better. They're going to be able to roll, and they're going to be able to actually aim. If you don't have proficiency in it, you've taken the gun out and you're pretty much doing movie logic. It's you can aim, obviously, you're firing, but you're not that good with it. Like, it's very much just drag it out and start firing. Most people aren't, like, most pilots are going to be proficient in, like, a handgun. That's not a wild thing. But if you're a certain kind of pilot and you go down and you're currently lying on the ground with nothing and a bunch of people show up, like, we're going to take you hostage, and you kick open your fucking hatch open, and all they hear is, like, click noise as you You know, as you pop out with a fucking rifle and start gunning people down, yeah, that's going to be a little bit different. Like, most people aren't probably going to be super skilled with that aspect of it. So it's kind of it's a little bit of granular nature. However, let me see if I can find. For context, this is what this game was originally based off of. These are all the basic weapon proficiencies, such as archery, axe, blunt, chain, fork, grappling hook, knife, paired weapons, polearm, quick draw, rope, shield, spear, staff, sword, targeting, tomahawk, throwing axe, and whip. And more detailed ones are things such as bolt-action rifle, handguns, energy pistol, energy rifle, harpoon, and spear gun, very different. Heavy mega damage weapons, military flamethrowers. Sharpshooting is different from shotguns and rifles, but sharpshooting, fun fact, sharpshooting saves lives. No, you should always take sharpshooting. So yeah, it's a little bit weird. They're going to be able to eject out of the cockpit, do a backflip while shooting the other pilot directly. I mean, all I'm saying is that if you blow each other's legs off, a very smart move would be to hop out of the mech, go there, crowbar open, and stab the other man to death. Don't be a pussy, fight him like a man. Let's see. As long as there's enough action, well, the caveat, always perform these augments on their attack regardless of weapon proficiency. But yeah, if you're a pilot, you don't need to worry about any of this. Weapon proficiencies are for pilots, not cav units. Why? Because you've been trained to do this. That's your job. Yeah, aim down sight's the really nasty one because it gives you a +4. And you need a 4 or higher to hit. Actually, you need a 5 or higher to hit. So a +4 is pretty much I'm going to hit. Because that's you pausing, grabbing your gun, aiming, looking down the sight, and pulling the trigger. Pretty standard. It's not very complicated. And that's where you start trying to dodge. I know exactly what you're talking about. I cannot remember. It's gonna drive me nuts now. Let's see. Hester weapon with the intent of delivering stat. They double the damage if they were to strike. Called strike. The attacker. That's a specific target. This is going to be the big one, I think. Called strikes, because these are actually very important. Things like I want to hit the leg. I want to hit the torso. I want to hit that, head. I want to hit leg. I want to hit the arm. These are actually very important for cav. Actually, I should say, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say cav plus pilot. Cav plus, just pilot only. Pilot only. Actually, no. Headlight. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no. If you want to shoot, if you want to shoot a guy in the, if it comes down to it, and you want to shoot a dude in the dick, go for it. Like, when in doubt, take your fucking revolver, revolver ocelot that shit, and just pop him in the dick. Like, just do it. If you are confident enough in your rolling ability, you're gonna hit them, and they're not gonna have a fun time. -3 penalty to hit each. Feints out the target. Thanks dedicated to aim and sprays recklessly. They attack up to 5 targets. That reminds me, I need to have in the. I need to put in the special gun violence in you section. I'll put that in after. Gun violence in you. Let's see, okay. We'll do pilot. We'll do pilot only. Actually, no, we'll do pilot. Dodge. Character dodge attack. They roll their fin versus the attacker's roll. If successful, character successfully dodges the blow and cannot be used against explosive weapons. So what this would be is they are making an attack. They have rolled. Let's see. I have another d20 in here. I do not have a d20 in here. Let's see. They're going to make an attack. They need to roll a 4 or higher. I roll. They rolled a 2 and fucking miss. They roll and they roll an 8. They're going to hit naturally. What you can do for this is that you're going to take your d20 and you're going to try to dodge the attack. You're going to take it and roll. If you roll higher than that, you're going to be able to dodge out of the way. Obviously, gunshots are going to be harder. Actually, what I should put this in is actually no. Parry, attempts to parry the attack. Roll with punch carry to mitigate a small amount of damage from melee strike from a blunt object and reduce damage by 3 points. Okay, so dodge, we're going to put in actually no, we're going to put that as a side. We're going to put that down below a little bit because we want dodge to be like that. With the idea of dodging being a little bit, how do I want to word this? Should I already put that in? No, I didn't. I was thinking of something else. Evasive maneuvers. We're going to do cav. The incoming fire. They will. They have a negative. -2. Let's see. They have a -2 to be hit for every remaining action. Consumes all action. Actually, avoid incoming fire, consuming all remaining actions. Consuming all remaining actions, the attacker has a negative. -2 for each action used this way. So I need to hit a 5 or up. Let's just say I'm shooting a hussar. I need to shoot a 5 or up to actually hit them. So I'm going to take my die, I'm going to roll, and I'm going to say I'm going to attack you. Now you could say, I'm going to do a base maneuver and you have 3 actions. I'm going to take a -6 to whatever I'm rolling. In addition to any other penalty. But let's just say you're moving standard pace, just a -6. So I'm going to roll. I need to roll 10 or higher. I rolled a 7 and I fucking miss. It goes wide. You are dashing around though. You are going nuts. But that's your plan, and you've burnt all your actions, so hey, it's your turn. No, it's not. It happens. What's on TG today anyway? Anything fun and exciting? Nothing ever good is on TG these days. Let's see. Anything of value here today. We have a Numenera thread. Okay, cool. The urban jungle thread is still up, which I would like to believe I had something to do with that thread. I would like to believe I did, because I went over urban jungle. I can believe. Because it was really convenient right after the furry stream that popped up. Oh god, it's Slugon's thread. Oh my god. This is probably one of the most like horrifying threads I've ever seen on. Let's do a little bit of a look here. So this is the popular franchises of TTRPGs. This is literally one man's autism project. He compiled literally hundreds of games, hundreds of them all together, and for particular franchises. Let's say, for example, Sega Bass Fishing. Yeah, you want to play Sega Bass Fishing? Here's all of these. Now, mind you, most of these are 5e garbage, which I've been wanting to actually go through and just rip it out. Yeah, like, there's just been a few that I'm like, I just want to take out like 5e, 5e, 5e. I just want to take those out. Next time he appears from nowhere, I will do that probably. I will take it and I will rip the guts out. However, there is one guy in this thread, very conveniently, and it's one of the most horrifying things I've ever witnessed. So, let's do this. Okay, what super setting is best for a game set in the Spinneret universe? And then 4 hours later, now mind you, this is some, and then he says, I'm sure you'll reply to yourself within approximately 3 to 4 hours. And then almost 5 hours later, almost 5 hours later, almost 6 hours later, actually, a guy responds. This was page 10, by the way. Someone responds. 6 hours later, I've never seen this before. No clue. More details, please. 3 hours. Yeah, it's like these massive jumps. And then you have like some of these weird ones like, what's the big deal? What can you tell us about it? How do we fix it? So is there, and mind you, these are like hours apart from each other, like 4 or 5 hours apart from each other. It's the weirdest fucking thing in the world. And I seen a thread literally speak about nothing. And they're for almost an entire month. It was horrifying to witness. It was absolutely horrifying to even bear witness to. Simply because it was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you on about, brother? I don't want to say it's bump fag, but I think it's bump guy. I think it's bump fag. I don't believe him, but let's see. Oh yeah, everyone was bitching about Song of Swords earlier today. The regular amount of generals, sadness, generals, porn, more porn. Porn. This has been a fun thread. I actually picked up some things here, actually, which is, this is the obscure systems thread. This popped out of nowhere. I picked this one up. It seems really interesting. This one also has some terrifying things. I also went over Zombieland a little bit. Zombieline, I mean, which Zombieline's a trip. Fun times. Yeah. Yeah, it's... Slugon's a nice guy. Weird dude, though. I say that in the nicest way possible. There was like someone actually posed like, "Why don't you make us like a Discord server?" He's like, "I don't like Discord." I'm like, "Okay." And then he went on like a long thing of like how he doesn't like Discord at all and he doesn't like have anything. He just does this. He only posts on 4chan. It's really like, okay, brother. All right, boo boo. Let's see. So we're pretty good there. We're pretty good here. Evasive maneuvers should work. Okay, good. Think so. Someone keeps making, yeah. Well, I hope so. I mean, I would say like a lot of my audience does come from certain circles. Let's just say that. Let's just say we're not really a Reddit friendly community. It's alternate to Numenera though. Now, I want to say I have a fun history of Numenera. I bought into it. I bought the book. I bought the full book. Loved it to death. Thought it was very pretty. Could never run it. No one ever wanted to play it. And so Numenera is. I actually ended up selling that book. I sold it to a comic. I sold it back. I bought into I bought into it. Monty Cook's got my money. Yeah, Numenera, like the more I look into Numenera, the more I like read into it, the more I'm like, wow, this is kind of a disaster area. Fascinating though. Like, I give it credit for this. It did something new while not doing anything new at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay, your health is your attributes. All right, it makes sense. Kind of interesting. But then it had a stroke and Monty Cook happened. Two, like that's always an argument. Well, second edition's better. Why don't you just buy second edition to fix the first edition? Like, I didn't have a good time with first edition, so why would I do that? It's a fallacy. Let's see. Dodge, evasive maneuvers. What do I mean by they roll their fin? It's so I roll it, it's an attribute check? Does that mean making your fin really high? Actually, they roll their fin. Actually, no. They roll. They roll a d20 versus their attacker's roll. If success, the character dodges the blow and cannot use explosive. But we're also going to add in. Do we have what's the speed modifier? Do we have speed mods? No. Yep, just raw d20. They roll it. Yeah, they just roll flat d20. Let's see, character dodges attack. They roll d20 versus the attacker's roll. If successful, the character successfully dodges the blow. But dodge has an issue. Dodge, you're going to get a penalty. And it also takes an action. Okay, so evasive maneuver. So if we're going to do this, won't give dodge the cav units. You don't give dodge the cav units. You have evasive maneuvers and you have your speed. You don't need dodge. That's not your thing. Parrying, yeah, parry's fine. You can try to parry an attack. Because here's the odd thing with Rift's combat. I'm going to give you a secret here why Rift's combat is really fucking weird. And this is what I had to base it off of. Because you end up with things like, where is it? Man and all those seed bone. Also, this applies if you play game games. 2 actions per melee round. Yeah, because these are melee rounds, which are different. Like, yeah, you also have energy ray projectile, like -10 to dodge, character parry. Loses 1 initiative. MDC characters stand pierced with an NBC weapon. Do they bleed? Let me remember. Let me see if I can remember all of the fucking rules for. Let me bring up my riffs book here real fast. Not Heroes Unlimited. Now, I just want to give you all like an idea. This is a Riffs character sheet. This is a basic Riffs character sheet. This is actually, I believe, Fabio's at one point. These are all important, mind you. Every single one of these things of this 4-page document is something that you need to do. And yes, all of them are their own beautiful thing. You say on your website, Riffs is my favorite system. I haven't been able to play Riffs in a while, so it's not like, and I'm trying to remember the exact 1 to 2 to 3s with Riffs. Because it's pretty much universally accepted you're supposed to just do your own thing with Riffs. It is universally accepted. You have the rules, do your own thing. We did it one way. I want to make sure that I'm like doing what I'm saying right. That's not right. Where am I? Am I having a stroke here? I think I'm having a stroke. Let's do Ultimate Edition. Life in North America. We don't need that. Where's the fucking combat section again? Because I always forget the combat system. Also, when people say that, oh, hey, you know, Riffs is laid out poorly. Yeah, it is laid out poorly. Character creation is on page 279. Let's see. Combat rules, 339. Let me see if I can remember this correctly. 27 for less, counting bonus. The attack misses. It's DC body armor. Body armor. Natural 20s hit and critical strike. Natural AR. Defender may parry, dodge and tangle. Defender may attempt to roll with impact. Attacker rolls damage. It's not a very complicated system. I just need to make sure that I'm doing it right. Because I know what I'm talking about, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm a silly boy and think something dumb. Okay, so parrying. What's the fucking dodge? Supernatural punch, MD weapon. Requires an MD weapon. Dodge means the character physically moves out of the way of the attack. Each dodge uses up a character's own attacks from melee rounds. Constantly dodging with defender has no opportunity to attack. Only character attempt to dodge. Roll the dodge. Okay. Not using up when their own attacks. Automatic done. No, it's like I know I was right. So roll their HC plus POW versus. I don't remember why I was doing that. Why did I add that? Was this a holdover? I wonder if this was a holdover from a Mega Man. That is entirely possible that this is a holdover from a Mega Man. Yeah, here we go. Every time to dodge, roll a ferocious check with a penalty of the dodger's bonus to strike. If successful strike misses the character. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I must have changed it in tainted blood. It must have changed in tainted bloodlines. Tainted bloodlines. Its tainted bloodlines is slightly different because it does its own thing differently. So I need to double check to make sure that the thing that I'm writing is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Because I am a silly boy and do silly things for silly reasons. So let me just do this. I'm trying to figure out why I put they roll their fin, because you don't roll their fin. You try to roll under their fin. Well, the Omega Men, I believe, is the way of what I was actually trying to get across here. Attempts to dodge rolls a ferocity check. Okay, so what was I thinking? Trying to think back what Notepad was thinking way back in the day. Of course. Of course. Solid. Don't bump threads you're not interested in. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Name fags. Name fag. No. Oh, God. Name fags, says the man who name fags too much. Hypocrite I am. Let's see. So it's just a D20. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Parry. Make a penalty to the attacker's bonus to strike. Do I mean this? No. No, what am I doing? No. Think smart. Think smart, Notepad. Think smart. Roll there. Actually, no. How do I want to word this? Let's do parry. They roll an HRD or POW verse attackers. Or do I just make it a flat D20 check? Just flat D20. You're already consuming an action. Because the idea in Omega Men is that it's whatever your bonus to hit. So let's say they have like a +4 to hit, you would be taking a -4 to your attempts to parry the attack because roll POW check with a penalty to the attacker's bonus to strike. If successful, the strike is blocked. Character requires a tool of equal strength to block an incoming attack. We're already dealing with really high bonuses and release. Yeah. We'll do, yeah. Parry and melee, dodge the attack. They roll D20 versus successful, roll with punch. Cool. I know what I'm doing. Okay. This is what we like to call, I need to just hybridize. Yeah, pretty much. That or I'm making a meme. Very rarely I do the meme posts, but that's like, that's like a big old fucking meme ones. I only do that on other boards. Mostly VT, because VT is a nightmare, and I love it. VT is a nightmare land, and I love it. It's the best. Let's see, what's on VT right now, right this moment? What are we gonna learn about ourselves on VT? Misery is what's going on. Because unfortunately, I'll give you all a secret. This is WVT. This is my nightmare zone. This is VT. This is my own personal nightmare. As you can tell, VT is a dignified place for dignified people. As you can tell, all of these beautiful. I can't show that. Oh Jesus! Nope. Here's Asp. We all like Asp. Asp is nice. Asp is friendly. Asp saves lives. Yeah, VT is a fascinating play. If you ever just want to see like just pure insanity, sometimes it's VT. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I need to fix this up one day. Just do the entire D20 SRD, D2000 SRD, just to make it the exact way it's supposed to be. Oh, I've been lost. I've been lost going on VT. Bitch, what do you think this thing in the corner is? What do you think this is? Something for fun? Nah, I'm on that grind set. I am on the grind. I am a chuba, and I will receive my gimmies. People will gosling. Anyone who uses VT needs to be on a list. I do not agree. I do not disagree with that. VT is a fascinating place though, because you get to see a lot of what I like to call human beings on VT. You get to see just people doing things, and those concern me. Not a cute girl, not attached to your body. Don't worry. As a proud male. Let's see. We want to do gun violence and gun violence and you. Gun violence and you. Guns are simple. Single shot adds nothing. 1d3 bullets if they are close, but if they're far away, if they're extreme or long range. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to put this here. We're going to put gun violence in you right here. We're going to say put that as a 3. For simple, ignore the following. Ignore the following as well as the rate of fire for weapons. However, you want a bit more nuance to your tactical monster operating. Actually, no, I'm going to put it as a side note. I think putting it as a side note works. If you want a bit more nuance to your tactical. Death machines, consult the following. Single shot. Burst. Character shoots 1d3 bullets at an opponent, adding +2 to the if they are close. They are close because we're using a hex grid, which will be. No, we'll do close range with -2 if they are farther. They're farther. Controlled burst. Close range, actually, if they are close range, long or extreme range. The character connects with 1d10 plus 1d6 up to the number fired. A character fires up to the rate of fire and plus 5 if they are with close. Negative 5 if they are long extreme. The character connects with their 1d6 plus 1d10 plus 6 bullets. Yeah. Blast controlled burst full. Take plus 1 action to use. Let's go. Okay. Cover is going to get its own section here real fast. What we're going to put right here, we're going to put it in the defensive section because it's fairly important. Don't worry. I don't need to be a female. I don't need to be one of those women. How do you put peanut butter on the jelly without smearing all the jelly all around? Fucking fucking Europeans. Again, this is the notepad method of making a fucking peanut butter jelly sandwich, as chosen by God himself. On one slice of bread, you take your knife, you put it in the peanut butter, you get a good smooth layer to it. Good smooth, maybe one, maybe two. Makes the peanut butter feeling really spicy. And then you go to your jelly. You take it out of the jelly. Still, you can have some peanut butter on there if you want. Make it a little bit fancy. Put it on. Then you put them together. That's how you make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Or if you're like me and don't like... Alright, time for some cursed information about Notepad here. I don't use bread very often. I really don't. Bread just... I never feel like I'm going to use it all, and I don't want to buy like the $8 fucking bread because I'm a cheap bastard that way. So, I usually get wraps. I usually get like, wraps and tortillas. They're usually a little bit cheaper, and there's usually only about 8 of them. 8 or 9, 8 or 10 of them, and they're nice size. I can put them on for like basic stuff. I can do a lot of things with them, not really think about it. That's how I make my peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I don't actually use bread. I put it on a wrap. I wrap it up, and that's how I eat them. Cursed information about my peanut butter jelly wraps. They taste the exact same. They're great. I love them. I know on my website you get to see my super special recipe for what I like to call gangster pizza. Nutless. I use nutless peanut butter. Is that like the dust butter? The one where you have to like put the water and stuff on it? Like, I've seen that before. Like, what was the most cursed peanut butter like? Probably the weirdest thing. Okay. Stop me if you heard this one before, but have you ever had like a peanut butter... Have you ever had goober before? Ever had, like, the goober stuff where it's both of them together? Shit's whack. Although I will say, strawberry goober, love it. Because I like strawberry jelly more than grape. Ooh, good strawberry jelly. It's like gluten. Oh, gluten oil. Oh, God, you're allergic to nuts, you poor bastard. I know back in college, actually, I had to take a food science class, actually. And a fascinating class, really interesting class. Learned a lot. But my professor during that time, his big thing was gluten-free. That was like one of his obsessions. Like, he had written papers on it. He was going to get his PhD tier in the creation of gluten-free products. And it was really interesting. Like, I understand, like, the nut-free stuff and all of that. Like, I understand that, and, like, kind of the gluten-free stuff as well. Really interesting. So, yeah, like... No, like, to him, it's like... He was, like, in it for the medical stuff. Like, he knew some people... what was the one disease? I can't remember. I can see it. It had a really funny name. Celiac. That's it, celiacs. The thing is, I think it was like his sister or something was celiac. That's why that was like his big thing. But yeah, like people, him going over diet fads were hilarious. Like, but yeah, no, he had celiac. His, like, I think one of his family members had celiacs. So that was like his thing that he wanted to dedicate time and effort to. Was like, I want to make things for this disease, and because it's a big thing, you know, it's a you don't realize how much gluten and stuff there is in products until someone, you know, can't have it, and then it's like, oh well, shit. No, that's like my mom went on keto, or is trying to go on keto. Yeah, back in the day. Now it's like he's been having a bitch with keto. See, it's really easy to blame things if you don't understand it. Like, gluten-free, like, oh no. Like, it's very easy to say, like, oh, well, you don't have, you know, it's like, oh, it's gluten-free causes autism or stuff like that. It's really easy to say things like that. But most of the time, actually, no, we're not going to put dodge penalties there. We are going to put, oh, didn't mean to hit the, what the fuck? I entered the Matrix. I see it, the Matrix. See, I updated my website last night. Now a bunch of people are going there. Let's see, firearms. To dodge firearms is a -15. Is actually, let's say, no, it'll be a negative, let's say a -12. Because the idea with this one would be the person has whipped the gun out as like pulling the trigger tier as you're about to dodge out of the way. That would be like your split-second decision. If you roll well, they roll shit, you could still dodge out of the way. It's not impossible, but it's going to be a lot harder for you to dodge out of the way. To dodge firearms is -10. To actually dodge kinetic firearms is -10. To dodge energy, a little bit more difficult to dodge energy. Actually, if we do it that, so like -8, -10, I think that works. But no, bars is easy. Yeah, you never. No one looks at the FAQs. It's been a while since I've done a bar edit, honestly. I just haven't had really a chance. I spent a good like 2 hours the other day trying to make a fucking decent edit for one, and it just did not work. It was just not working. Things were just falling apart. That's how I ended up with the Swamp Walker, the current incarnation Swamp Walker. The fuck? Why are they? Why are people the way they are? So I know if you were cool or like. Yeah, no, I'm a living fucking shitpost at this point, according to many people, and I embrace my new station in life. There we go. So cover. What else am I missing? Parrying. Actually, we'll do plus cav reaction. Plus cav reaction. There we go. Going to add cav reaction to parry because this is the idea of like you're in that if you're just faster, better, and piloting your unit, you're going to be able to kind of flick it up and you'll be able to, hit them real quick, kind of get out of the way real, easier, you could say. Because you're just really damn good at doing your fucking job. Let's see. Roll with punch is fine. Dive, block, cover. What else am I missing? What else am I missing? I feel like I know I'm missing something, and it's going to drive me insane. Oh, wait, if I wanted to be... Now, if I wanted to be really spicy, what we can do is... We'll put gun violence in you right here. Actually, no. We will put, damage location effects. When a pilot is hit outside of the cav unit, they will reduce their health as normal. They will reduce their health as normal. However, if they are struck in a particular part of the body, additional effects may occur. So we're going to go all the way up here. So arm slash hand. The character drops whatever is currently in that arm. As they struggle with the pain. Foot, and we'll do leg slash foot. The character moves at half speed. If both legs are hit, they must be dragged away by an ally. And we have our torso, nothing. And finally, our head. Actually, it would be groin. The character experiences extreme pain. Extreme pain. Adding an additional 2d6 damage. Adding an additional 2d6 damage. Adding an additional 2d6 damage and head. The character has been shot in the head. Roll a 1d20. On a 1 to 5, they are instantly killed. Actually, we'll do 1 to 2, and a 1 or a 2 on a 1 or 2. So you have a 10% chance they are instantly killed. If they are not, they take an additional 4d6 damage, which is quite a lot, because you've been shot in the fucking head. What do you expect? Like, getting shot. Like, again, here, if you want some here's some professional medical tips from T Notepad and on Dr. Notepad. First things first, don't get shot. Just don't. Hello, Manly. They have my family hostage. Send help. Shame. Yeah, shame that tits was already. Ironside, you do know that women have groins, correct? It's not just your dick. It's that entire area. It's like getting shot in the dick, saying that's -10 personally. It's blowing some dude's balls off. That's very specific, but no, it's... Do I need to bring up the little mannequin? I could bring up the little mannequin if you need to. Let's see. So, torso, arm, groin, head, leg, foot, torso. Okay, damage location effects. And... what else do I need? What else do I need? Actually, what I can add, evasive maneuvers has to go up. No, evasive maneuvers stay there. We need to put in, right up here, ejection. And ejects before impact. Leaving their cav unit exposed, and them rapidly thrown forward. Thrown forward outside of the cav unit. There we go. Otherwise known as, this is the oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, I need to eject now. How will that hurt more than getting shot in the torso? Well, two things about this. This is what we like to call a kinetic effect. This is a kinetic game design. If you do not call an attack, you're going to hit the torso. That's kind of the idea. You're just shooting, you're hitting the torso. And now, mind you, not every attack is going to be getting shot in the, like, dead on in the middle of the chest. That's kind of the idea. However, it's, getting swinged and getting around, getting hit and stuff like that. That's kind of the idea. Directly aiming is you're aiming and that's like dead center in the middle of everything. That's kind of the idea. Is this mech warrior type where it's considered bad manners to squish enemy pilots? Yes, it is generally frowned upon. However, they are treated more like, I think the best way to say it would be down fighter pilots. If you bail out and you pop out, we're going to pick you up. We will pick you up, and if you do not resist, we legally cannot shoot you. However, if you pop out with a rocket launcher in your hand, if you pop out and start gunning down one of our guys, we're going to open fire on you. Don't worry about it. Like, not really. There's not really the formalities behind it, but it's more of the we'll keep your guys alive as long as they don't attack us kind of thing. It's kind of the I think it's the legal. Yeah, because that's like one of the big things in lore is that there are treaties signed between the two big factions trying to govern the laws of war so they don't fucking kill each other. Hence why pretty much the campaign I have in mind for what I'm going to run this in for my guys is taking place in a Halo ring, effectively, in a ring world. And one of the main reasons why no one has done anything big, even though two big fleets are there, is because there is a legal law of war saying we cannot damage that ring. If any of us damage the ring, we pretty much are going to lose our careers, because nobody wants to do that. It's very important technology. So that's why everyone's sending cav units down. You can blow up everything else. That's fine. You can't damage the ring with actual space weapons, though. I mean, God, the Imperials literally have an entire dueling law system. I got to get that out for my friend. Because he has effectively said, I want to play like an asshole duelist who just duels everybody because he's a dick. And just like, yes! My player's going to be an asshole and ruin the plot. This is what I live for. I should add in fires. fires a cav, and we'll do this right here. A cav unit. A cav unit may be lit on fire due to energy weapons, or being doused with with a flammable liquid. As long as the cav unit is on fire, all parts will take 1d4 damage every round. Every round. If the reactor, if the reactor, actually, if I can fucking type this, if the reactor is ever reduced to zero, a meltdown will occur. And a cav detonation the next round. So pretty much, if you're on fire, you have one round to try to get the fuck out of Dodge, or else you're going to detonate. And there are rules for detonation, trust me. The units. With fire foam for a full action. But the foam takes a full round to melt off, making the to melt off and immobilizing the unit as well, bringing combat speed to halt. So if you're ever getting really dangerous and you're kind of scared, you can always pop fire foam to immediately slow your movement down to nothing. Because it's literally you hitting it and you've popped your fire foam and your system shuts down because it thinks it's on fire. And then you're like, haha, I'm fine. If you're on fire again and you don't have any more fire foam, well, you know how it goes. Let's see. There we go. It sometimes happens. Let's see. Damage effect cover. And actually I should put this in because you mentioned it. Crushing and stomping. If a cav unit enters a tile with an infantry squad or ejected pilot, with an infantry squad, civilians, or ejected pilot, the pilot may choose to perform a crushing and stomping action for a single action. The infantry squad and civilians will roll their combat rating. If they fail, they will take 46 damage. A pilot must make a agi roll. It's agility, right? That would be speed. Must make a SPD check. There we go. Notice how I put civilians in there. Very important. Remember, kids, it protects planets, does not protect civilians. They're free form. I have a strange feeling I know I'm going to have to put in the laws of war. Being like, please do not violate the literal laws of war. You will be punished. Sometimes. Unless you're a clanner. If you're a clanner, don't give a fuck. Who the fuck's going to enforce it on you? You're a goddamn clan. Actions in combat. Actually, you shouldn't be that. You should be heading... Can I justify putting you all at heading 2? This is going to be a close one. It's going to be a real close one. Ugh, okay. Actually, here's what we can do. We can do this, and then we'll do combat. Combat situations. And if more situations pop up, what I can do is add in more of these into these very particular situations. Actually, before I go, I have to do this. Missiles. Well, people from the inner sphere aren't really people. Missiles. Missiles and you. A missile is a ballistic weapon with an explosive payload. With an explosive payload, a few cav units carry them as a support weapon. There are let's see, there are four kinds of missiles to use. We're going to do unguided, guided, heat seeking, actually target seeking, and micro missiles. And micro. Unguided missiles. A unguided missile has a will travel in a line up to their speed value. Actually, we'll missile velocity value, MVV. We'll travel in a line up to their missile velocity value. Every turn of return. Any cav unit, or actually any vehicle actually how do I want to word this? Yeah, any vehicle, infantry or cav unit caught in the travel line will be hit, detonating the missile immediately. Guided missiles. Using sophisticated tracking software, the guided missile will travel up to their MBV directly toward the target. The target must remain in line of sight Site of the original original shooter. The original shooter, but sensor equipment. It's not senior sensor equipment checks. Checks can be performed to keep a lock on. And then we have to do target seeking. Target seekers. Hunter seekers. Seekers will fire toward a designated target up to their MVV every turn until they hit the target or are destroyed. Until they hit a target, are destroyed, or run out of fuel. No, actually, or detonate prematurely. So the idea behind a target seeker, well, the idea behind an unguided is that you're shooting it in a straight line. You're shooting out 4 of them in a straight line. And anything in that line is gonna explode. It's just this big explosion going forward. Guided missiles are saying that you have the control to do it. Actually, directly towards where the shooter. There we go. Where the shooter's aiming. And it's kind of that idea where you'll shoot them out and you can curve them around. You can do things with them. You are pretty much moving your own guided missiles. With the thing is, if you lose track of them, you have to use a sensor check to keep track of them, or they're just going to go haywire and just explode. Target seeking are saying, I want you to kill that person. You click the button, you launch your missiles, it's going to go out, it's going to chase that person. But if they get behind a wall, they're going to go to where they think it is directly. They're not going to curve around things as easily. They're going to go as fast directly toward them as possible. So if they get behind one of your guys, they're going to travel directly toward them, right into your person, which is bad. You shouldn't do. Let's see, micro missiles. A large payload are fired at once to coat an entire area. To coat an entire area in small explosions. Choose rather than tiles will be chosen as the impact zone. Let's see, a set of tiles will be chosen as the impact zone. Any unit or squad located inside of those tiles will be struck by 1d10 micro missiles. Will be struck by 1d10 micro missiles at the end of the round. Micro missiles are, you go up, you pop them forward, you see the big one at pop open, and you see all these little missiles go around directly toward a location you're designating. You use this to coat places. This is the fuck you and everything you stand for move. So if you want to be really efficient with missiles, you corral people. Get them into a location and make sure you can just detonate them or start chasing people with target seeking. Drones. Like put in drones. A cav unit. Let's see, cav unit maybe designated as a drone mother, allowing the remote operation of a handful of autonomous semi-autonomous drones, which act by their orders. Ordering, let's see, ordering drones takes an action. Takes an action. Individual takes an action. Individual drones have to have individual orders assigned to them. However, drones of the same class may be assigned a blanket order instead. So, for example, if I have 2 gun drones floating by my side, and I say, as an action, you're both going to shoot the same target, they're going to both start shooting the same target for one action. But if I say, drone 1 shoot there, drone 2 shoot there, that's going to take 2 actions. You're doing 2 remote actions or 1 big action for the same class. You have a missile drone, you can't order them to do what the gun drones are doing. Of the same class may be assigned a blanket order instead for a single action. Drones will work. Actually, drones will perform their actions at the end of the drone mother's turn, after all of their actions have been completed. Drones just always be within 5 tiles. Actually, most drones. In 5 tiles of the drone mother. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm going to call it there for today. I think we got quite a bit done, a little bit more than I was actually thinking I was going to get done. Doesn't seem like it, but we got all this stuff. We got a decent amount. And what I can do here is, well, get rid of that mostly. I didn't really get the map done, but I already know how to do the map. This is about doing it. But yeah, this is pretty much it. We did a lot of the hard part with combat operations, and now I just need to do things like map. I might do that later. So thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad, and I hope you all had a wonderful time. And I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully, 12 o'clock EST, for the curious case of games where you play literally animals. So thank you all. Goodbye.